here's what we're gonna make. I make these and give them away as presents, craft shows, whatever. So the snowman is turned in this one. The birdhouse on the stick is turned in this one. This one has an artificial tree in it. I might try to make a tree tonight, depending on how long we go. And then it has a wooden top that
Oh,
covers
cool.
the light that goes in the top. This is just a puck light. Comes in different colors. So this is what we're going to try to make tonight. This is the jar I'm going to use tonight because this is the one my wife wants to give to her sister for Christmas. So it's a 2-in-1 demo. I get a Christmas present done and you guys get a demo. So now I'll switch to the other camera. Matt or Billy, could you be my earworm when I need to switch camera views?
Certainly.
Yep.
So I have a piece chucked up in the lathe that I've roughed round, put a tenon on it. It's a piece of cedar. We'll see if it stays on there since it's a piece of cedar.
Scott, hold on 1 second. Let me mute everybody.
Yep.
Okay, now you can unmute yourself.
I'm playing with a new camera setup, so we'll see how this goes. So this is a piece of juniper, red cedar, whatever you guys want to call it. We call it juniper. I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom for the lid to become the lid. I use these tools on the inside of the ring of the lid to get the correct dimension for the internal dimension. Then I set my calipers to match that internal direction. This is weird upside down. I'm looking at a TV screen so I can see what I'm doing for you guys. So this is going to be the inside of the hole, whichever one you want. This is the outside of the ring. This is the inside of the hole. So we'll get started here. I'm going to cheat a little. I'm going to drill the hole as close as I can, and then I'll hollow it out from the end to get it so it's a snug fit. This piece of timber is kind of green. It's at about 18% moisture. This first one that I showed you was the same way. And I'll warn you, you want to make sure that it's a little oversized. And you see that I broke the jar. The wood, when it dried, actually cracked the ring of the jar. That's
Wow.
why this one has a metal ring on it. Normally, I don't use a metal ring, but this was so wet that when it dried, it actually broke the jar. I couldn't believe it had that much strength, but obviously it does. Mother Nature is a wonderful thing. So we'll get started. We'll start drilling a hole in there and see how it goes. So I'm going to drill this about 250 RPMs because it's a pretty big drill. And slide this out of the way temporarily. Wish you guys could smell this. This smells really good.
I'm sure. That was a good safety point back there too. Just because you think you've got your chuck tight enough on your drill, especially if you're drilling wood with a little moisture in it, you
Yep.
heat that up and it'll swell up and it'll stick that Forstner bit in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and even the shavings are warm, so you can tell it is pretty green.
Yep.
Probably going to move around a lot. Take a quick measurement. Yeah. The other thing I did to this Forstner bit before I started the demo is I sprayed it with some dry lube, silicone, let it dry and buffed it off. That helps a little bit when you're drilling green wood on the exterior of the Forstner bit, especially when you're using big ones like this. About an eighth of an inch more. So what I did is how I got that depth is I measured the height of the lip from the lip of the jar to the top of the lid, and I added a little bit for the puck light. So we should be deep enough. Wow, that bit's sharp. Cut my finger. Bleeding all over the lathe I am. Now I'm just gonna check that on the jar. Sometimes these bits don't always drill exactly perfect.
Brenda said put some Parfex on it.
Yeah. And see, it's just a hair. It's basically the rings here is what's holding it up. So it's got to come out just a little bit. I don't have any Parfex, otherwise I probably would, Brenda.
So you're not going to use the metal part of the lid that came with that jar?
No, I am not. So that so if I wasn't putting a puck light in it, I would,
Right.
but otherwise I'd have to cut the lid out of here, cut
Hmm.
the top out, and these off-colored lids are antiques. They get as much for the lid sometimes as they do the jar.
Wow.
So if you get into some really old ones that are really old, let's see, I think I have one of those here somewhere. This is a really old antique one. You can see I thought about drilling a hole in it while I was in an antique store and seeing they get about $15 a piece just for the lids. I couldn't bring myself to drill a hole in it. So that would be one that I wouldn't put a light in. I was just decorating the inside and didn't need the light. Then I would just make the cap to fit over the lid. All right. Now I'm just going to hollow this out. Take off my little table here. I am going to use a carbide tool just because it works nice for doing this. Because I only have to take out just a little bit. I don't have to go nuts. Plenty. By the time it shrinks, it'll be good. I'd rather have it a little loose than too tight anyways. So I'll leave that step in there because that'll stop the jar then. Right now it's stopping on this step. I just happened to hit it just right. Now we'll shape the outside and that'll be done. So you can make the shape any size any shape you want on the outside. And I like to give it just a little bit of support. It probably doesn't need it, but I just like to peace of mind. And being that it's cedar and soft, and I'm grabbing it with a tenon, I don't want to ruin it now. The poor man's Band-Aid. Little blue painter's tape.
Scott, when you're done, can you put up a link to the puck lights?
I actually don't have one because I bought those years ago at Menards.
Oh,
So, but they do have them on Amazon. I have seen them on Amazon. But I bought
I just
these.
can't.
I probably, what was that?
I just can't find any that don't have a remote.
These did have a remote. Um, but
Oh, okay.
I, I kept the remote for myself on one I have in the house. And all the
Okay.
ones I give away, I just tell them they got to take the top off. I'm just going to thin this down.
Just
Go
do a
ahead,
Google
Matt.
search on it. Do a Google search on it. There's a ton of them out there. Lowe's, Home Depot.
Yep. The biggest thing is you want to make sure they're the right diameter to fit in the lid of your jar. And hang on, I can tell you what that is. Because I have one here that I can measure quick for you.
What batteries does those puck lights use?
So these have a sticky tape. So if you wanted to stick them in the lid, you could. But they have just a twist cap. These are Defiant, looks like, and they come with 3 AAA batteries, and they are roughly 2.5 inches in diameter. So those are the small lid canning jars that I'm currently using. And it was a good thing Billy asked me that question because I almost did this again. I'm going to put a line here so I know where to start my rounding of the lid, so I don't go through the lid like I've done on a couple other ones. Kind of ruined your day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to rough this out. And I'm going to take my new favoriteest tool. And you can get kickbacks with this too.
I noticed.
And it's mainly because I haven't used it in a while. But it does, the tip works really good for coming around corners if you take your time. Don't rush. Make sure you got a big enough groove. It works pretty good for parting down. The tool rest could be just a titch higher. Sorry, Sue. As you can see, it leaves a pretty nice finish, even just shearing it off like that, roughing it. Ooh, interesting. Got a big wormhole in this one.
It's a feature, eh?
Gonna be a feature in this one, Matt.
I didn't realize Matt was Canadian. Hey,
You know, we're far enough north. We're far enough north. We can justify it, and it's not
Right.
too far north of here that they talk that way. You
I
probably
know.
talk that way too, Scott.
Yes, they do.
Plus, I lived in Minnesota for a couple of years, so
Yeah, they talk really funny.
Minnesota. Yeah, they do.
yeah, we had toast for
Hey,
breakfast.
careful there.
Yeah. You betcha.
The only people I
Stuff.
know who said you betcha were from South Dakota. So
Mm-mm.
Well, that's about as far as I'm gonna take it here, and I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna saw it off quick, and then I'll finish the
How's
top.
that? How's that cheating?
Well, it's a lot faster, right?
yeah, if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
Right. And
Sometimes
I
it's
can
safer.
that too, and I can really feel this piece of wood moving. I can actually feel moisture coming off of it in my hands. So it says it's at 12%, but I don't believe my meter very well. I think it's less than that or more than that. So now we'll just
But
turn
they
it
still
around.
move at 12,
Yeah, I think so too. Absolutely.
especially juniper.
I'm expecting this to crack before we get done.
As hot as you got it drilling it, I'm surprised it hadn't already.
I'm being very careful here because, like you say, there might be a crack in there I didn't see. This out here, I'm just going to sand this up. I don't expect this one to stay together. I'm just giving you the basic idea. Or at least that's my thought process.
Don't use shellac on juniper if it's thin.
No, it doesn't work well at all.
Well,
I
it
am
works
probably going to
great.
use
It's just that as the alcohol evaporates, as quickly as it evaporates, you can actually listen to the juniper crack.
yeah, that's a good tip.
Would that include cleaning it off with denatured alcohol?
Denatured alcohol, quite possibly.
Yeah.
Now you noticed when I sawed that off, I kept turning it,
Yes.
and I got that pretty flat. If you try to saw that off straight without turning it, chances are you're not going to get it that flat and smooth on the top. I mean, you could easily sand that the rest of the way, being juniper. You could call it done. We'll give it a little love.
Little 80 grit gouge. Nothing wrong
Right.
with it.
No, it all depends on what you're going to do with it, right?
Yep.
You know, we have a lot of traditionalists on here, but I do like my carbides. They work well in some cases. This is starting to crack already.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get it somewhat close without it coming off, just to give you a rough idea. I mean, it should stay on there. It's actually between the jaws, which is kind of surprising. Still a little dry. That looks pretty decent, actually. And that crack might go away when I take it out of the chuck, too. I might be able to super glue it back together. So now I'm switching to a flat tool rest, which I find works a little better with the carbide, square carbides anyway. I can get it in there. Come on. Get some dirt or something in there. Come on. You know it goes in there. Only in a demo.
First. Always has to be at least one thing.
Yep, and that's the thing tonight. It does not want to go in there for whatever reason.
Hey, Scott, keep turning it in a direction. Keep turning it.
Yeah, but I don't want it to get stuck in there either, Al.
No, you won't. You won't. What you're doing, then go a little bit further, just like you're tapping a wrench or
Yep.
tapping. Just do that and
And-
then back off. Just do that. It'll get it out of there. Okay,
Have
you got it.
Do you need to open those
That's what I'm
clamshells a
Just
thinking.
little more?
like you're tapping a hole.
That's what I'm going to try doing, Billy.
I think you need to open your clamshell some.
There it goes.
There you go.
Just needed a little love.
See,
Bigger bar and a hammer. Works every time.
Could have done that too. That was my next resort, Tim. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. So before we blow that off of there, I am going to put this cap back on there or I'll have another bloody finger. So I'll come back and just give this a light sanding with 220. But you get the general idea. We'll move on to the next thing. But you can see now that it's a pretty nice cap. I'll probably hand sand the rest of it just because it's starting to crack. And the crack went away as soon as I took the pressure off. I'll put some finish on it, dribble some CA in there and sand it up and finish it, and I'll show it next week. But that's the top. I think it'll be a pretty top.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be nice.
It looks pretty nice on the jar. It's got a nice shape.
Bring it down a little bit.
There we go. Figure it out.
Cool.
Looks great.
So that's just a simple top. And being as wet as this is, I expect this to suck right down tight on this jar. And I'll leave it on the jar to dry probably. But it's getting drier. I can feel it already. It's drier than it was when I
You're
started.
not worried about it breaking the jar?
No, I think it's loose enough on this one, Billy.
Okay.
I think. Better not break the jar because I'll be in trouble. So if I can figure out where I put them. Got them here somewhere. So now we're going to turn them.
Hey, you know what? Maybe put it in the microwave for 15 seconds before you go and join it. Get some moisture that you know that's there out of there.
Yeah, I could do that. But I'd have to come and live with you, Al, because I think my wife would shoot me if I brought it in and put it in our microwave.
Rule number one when microwaving wood is don't do it. Use the one in the kitchen.
Right.
Get another one.
I have one here in the shop. I'm looking. I just thought it was like everybody had one.
No.
I'm only goofing. I'm only goofing.
I'd love to have one, Al, but I don't know where I'd put it.
One of the benefits of having a countertop microwave in your shop is if something inside catches fire, you can throw the thing out in the yard so it doesn't burn everything down.
My son was on a job site and they were throwing it away, and it's a stainless steel out of a cafeteria, like a nice microwave. So he says, "Well, I'll take it." So it's sitting over on the shelf, and I've been blessed with that.
I have the town right next to us is a college town. So when the kids move out for the summer, I'm over there pulling stuff out of the garbage. I got a really nice mini fridge that they set out on the curb.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with it, That's a good tip, Al.
No, I'm talking about government jobs. He was on a government job, and they were just throwing great stuff away.
Yeah, they do it there too.
Oh my God, I've been on job sites that there were flat screen TVs that were supposed to be 51 inches, and they came in at 48 inches, and they were supposed to throw them in the dumpster on a job site.
Yep.
I'm sure they didn't make it to a dumpster.
No, I'm sure they didn't. So here's what I'm going to make next. This is a snowman for inside a jar. You can make these any size you want. and I'm making these out of broom handles. So I go around and scarf up broom handles out of the garbage when I find them or see them, because usually they're birch or some kind of nice maple. They're usually a nice thing. This one happens to be birch, and it turns like butter. So I'm just gonna chuck this up in this truck, and you could do this between centers if you wanted to. I just like doing them this way. Bring my tailstock up. I got a pinhole in this end where the center's supposed to be, if I can see it.
Made it in, Scott.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give
We've
me
had it
a
handled,
second.
Dane.
I knew
Give me a
y'all
sec.
would.
Give me a second, Dane, and I'll host
It
you
was
just in case.
it was actually one of the nicest
No, I'm all good.
evenings. It's
I'm
nice,
good, Scott.
very.
I'm
It was
all.
Okay.
actually a
I'm all
very
good.
nice evening, very
Hey, it's
enjoyable
good to
evening.
hear. Good to hear you, Al.
So
My
I'm just
God,
gonna chuck this in here. They give you two places to tighten it up. Use them both. That's what my dad always told me. If they give you 3 holes to tighten it up with all 3.
Yeah. You didn't have to change the host. Somebody already did, or it did it automatically.
Yeah, it did it
Oh,
automatically. You're all good, Scott.
okay. Whoa. Second camera just fell down. Hang on a second. Come on. All right. Everything good? Nothing in the way? Looks good.
Looks good.
I'm just going to take the finish off with this carbide cutter and round it out a little bit. Obviously, this piece of broom handle wasn't perfectly round.
Well, it's probably round. It just looked a little warped.
And that's a possibility. Actually, one of these that I have a tool for marking marking the centers of round things, and when I marked it, I had about 4 different center marks. And I started looking at the handle, and it was oval.
They probably pumped it through their lathe half wet.
Yeah, it could be. Who knows? Right? Being that it's
Yeah.
So I'm going to work on this end. You could start your snowman wherever you wanted. It's up to you. I do snowmen by eye. I never have 2 that look the same, even though I try to copy the ones I have. So I'm going to leave a little bottom on here. And the reason for that is when you put the snow in, you want your snowman to sit at the top of the snow or just barely buried in it. You can see I don't worry too much about being perfectly round, because if you've ever lived in a northern climate like some of us do, you don't get a
Hey,
snowman that looks like a ball.
hey,
They're
hey,
always
Scott. Hey, Scott,
squished.
are you using that tool that you demonstrated? Is that the round? Is
This
that the
is my
round?
round. This is my round bar skew.
That's the
And
one
doesn't.
that you demonstrated, right?
Yep, the
Yep.
one I
Okay.
showed you I made.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So you can see how nice it is for turning beads. You can just roll your hand and it rolls nice, unlike a
Yeah, it is.
conventional
I can see
skews.
it. I can see it.
So now I'm just going to take this one down just a little bit. And you can really use this point. That point really works good. So when I'm turning this bead this way, I'm twisting my wrist to roll that bead. Riding the bevel, just twisting my wrist. Same thing going this way, I'm just twisting my wrist the other direction.
It was a
And then
cool demo. It was a cool demo.
You do the
and
same
if
thing with a flat skew.
but I get a
Yeah.
lot less catches with this one than I do the flat one.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what? Also, it's handmade.
Well,
Yep.
not so much. That's true too. I just got to work at practicing turning left-handed. That's my downfall. This tool would be a lot better if I went both ways. But you also can cut with the heel. So it's pretty fast turning beads. So there's the top. I'm gonna take the hat brim down just a little bit because I don't like how thin I made the mark. So now I'm gonna cut the brim of his hat, and I'm gonna leave it a little bigger than what I think I'm gonna want it at the end. And I think I want it about that tall. Now I'll switch tools. I think this one's sharp.
Looking good, Scott.
Yeah, if I wouldn't have got that catch in it, it'd have looked great.
Oh, that's all right. You show how to do that. That way you can show how to recover from it.
No one even caught it. No one even caught it.
It's a little different, but it's a snowman. You can make it any way you want, right?
Right.
Right?
And chances are, if you made a real one, you're not going to go out and use your grandpa's fancy bowler hat anyways. Or at least I wouldn't. And I don't give these a real smooth surface because the snowman isn't smooth either. I just roughly light sand them. And I'll show you why I do that in this one. If you notice on that snowman's hat, I didn't sand it over too, let's see. Where is it?
Hold it down by your tool post.
There we go.
There we go.
If you notice on the snowman's hat, there's a little bit of white dust from this fake snow.
Mhm.
And if you don't sand them smooth, you get that little bit of white dust that'll stick to them. And if you don't want a lot of it on there, you can just take an acid brush and brush it off a little bit. But basically, that's how I don't finish them smooth for that
Cool.
particular reason. So they hold a little bit of dust or fake snow.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
It makes them look more authentic that way. So I sanded that now. I'm gonna do most of it. I'm gonna take this is a Chroma Craft marker, ink dye marker, and I'll just dye his hat. And I'll do that while he's on here. And the reason for that is when I go to do this underside of this lip, I can take a skew or some kind of sharp tool and clean up the top of his head. Because I don't care how careful you are with a marker, with anything, actually. And I've tried all kinds of different things. So I'm not going to sit here. This is like watching sanding. But you get to, but you get the general idea, right? I mean, you guys are understand my process.
Sí,
Yes.
señor.
And the worst of it is, you know, if you don't like it, like now I just put a dot there.
Nose.
Give it, you
That's your,
can either
And
leave it as a
you
nose.
centered it pretty good. You centered that nose pretty good.
Yep.
I bet you couldn't do it again.
I bet I
I
couldn't.
bet he couldn't either.
The nice thing about those Chromacraft pens, there's a little spot in there. They dry so fast. If you make a boo-boo, you just sand it out. You know,
Can't see
Very
it from
cool.
my house.
can't see it from your house.
Yeah.
So my wife likes faceless snowmen except for the nose. It's got to have a nose. So I have some of these. These are pen drills. If you try to drill this with a regular drill, first of all, most drills probably won't grab these little itty bitty drill bits. This is like a number 80. It's pretty little.
Yeah, we call
I'm
those
just-
pin vices.
Yep. So I'm just going to pick a spot. That looks like a good spot for a nose.
Here I've been using my egg beater drill for stuff like that.
I do too.
That works too. But this on these little teeny weeny drill bits, and you're not drilling a monster deep hole anyways,
Right?
it works great.
Not everybody has one of those egg beater drills.
True. True.
Not everybody
getting
has
hard
one
to
of these
find.
either.
what kind
True.
is that one?
I don't know. I bought it at a garage sale.
It's just look up pin vice.
Well, I have one or two, but not like that. That's why I asked.
Oh,
I have two different
They're also
sizes.
called jeweler's drills. They got them on Amazon.
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
That's
Mine
true too.
have swivel tops on them.
Yeah.
Well, this one says made in the USA.
Well, that's
That's a
good.
plus.
Oh, how about that?
And it's a desk find, I think is what it says.
It looks like it's aluminum.
It is aluminum. It's all aluminum, but it does have a steel collet in the end.
Cool.
So, and this one actually came with little drills with it.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
good. Good.
That's cool.
And I think the bigger one came with, I think this one has drills in it too, but I think it also has diamond drills in it.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Which you could have used too to make a tapered hole if you don't wanted a tapered hole.
Mm-hmm.
So back to, if I can find them, where did I put them? They're here somewhere. Back to that cheating thing again. You ask, how are we going to build the nose? Bamboo skewers.
Uh-huh.
You stick it in there. See about how much you got to snip off of the end, because it's a little bigger than what you drilled your hole, or smaller. That looks pretty good. Now here's the fun part, not cutting it off the skewer and not losing it on the dirty floor.
Mhm.
So what I do when I cut that off, I didn't show you on the table, but I got a table over here and I held my finger on there and then I cut it off. I didn't care about the other piece falling on the floor because I'm going to find that. So now on this other end, because carrots aren't necessarily even, I'm just going to take a razor blade knife. I'm going to give it a little character. Be careful, don't jam the knife in your finger. Don't drop this piece. They don't normally do this over the lathe.
Use pieces of bamboo skews for the nose on my big 8-inch snowmen.
Yeah,
They're the
they work
perfect.
good
They're
for a
the
lot of
perfect
things.
size. Don't have to whittle them or nothing.
No,
Well, yeah,
right.
you do. You have to sand the end of the point to a point-ish, but other than that, they're perfect.
So I got that about as good as I want. And then I'll just glue that in there. Or in this case, this one's tight enough, I think it'll just stay in there. But before I do that, if I can find it, Chromacraft also makes a pretty orange. And you got to set that down so you can find it again. This is where you get orange fingers.
I'm cheap. I use Sharpies.
Sharpies work good too. I bought these to do spinning tops because they have a real hard end on them. So when you can use them on the lathe when it's spinning.
Yeah. He'll chew a
And the other,
Sharpie up that way.
yep. And the other thing I like about them is they're alcohol based and they dry super fast. So there's his little nose. Essentially, he's done. Other than cutting him off and doing a little hand sanding to sand the top of his head to darken it, and that's your snowman.
Oh.
So you can see that I tried to copy this one. I didn't get two of them that were the same, but they're close. And the size doesn't matter. The size goes by the size of your jar. You can use 2-quart jars for this. And I'll talk about that here in a second. Let me get this guy off and get the next piece on. And I'll have one of these jars finished up. Go
You
ahead.
could probably use a wide mouth pint jar too.
Yeah, you could use a wide mouth jar. I just don't like the looks of them. And the other thing that you can't get with a wide mouth jar, I don't know if I didn't show you that or what. So I go to a lot of flea markets, antique store sales, garage sales. You look at this jar is patterned. And it has, this one is patterned and it has a viewing window in it.
I like
Oh
that.
wow,
Oh, that's
that's neat.
cool.
That is a
So-
cool jar.
So these come in different shapes. I've seen them square with a viewing window. I've seen them square with just the crosshatch on the top, the bottom, and on the corners. And they have 4 viewing windows. So go to your flea markets and your garage sales and try to find old jars. These are actually ball canning jars. They're just old.
Yeah.
And this is a new ball lid. So if you wanted to put a screw on lid, you could just make this and glue this in and use your lid. If you use the puck lights in here, you got to cut this inner ring off, this little lip for the puck light to sit in here. Otherwise, the puck light doesn't sit down on the lid of the rim of the jar. Sticks up. Well, I guess all you'd have to do is make a taller lid. So it fed up in the lid farther. That's all, just to cover up the seam here where it sits. And I can show you that. I mean, it's all up to you guys, right? I'm just giving you the idea, but see how that sits up higher?
Right.
The puck light sits up higher, so your lid would have to be that much taller.
Right.
You know, you're talking. So it's entirely up to whatever you want to do. I like them where they sit down in the jar. Like that. But if you go to put this ring on here now, it's just a little too tall. I can't even catch the threads. So you have to cut this inner lip out of here, which can be a real pain in the butt. Because these rings, I can't believe how hard these are. You have to use some kind of Dremel tool. I tried doing it with a hand shears, tin snips. They're just too big. They're just too big to get in that circle. The other thing I did, and you really shouldn't do this, but I'm going to tell you how I did it. I took some itty bitty baby screws and I drilled holes in here. I screwed it to a block of wood, round block of wood, put it in my jaws, and I took my easy wood sharp diamond point.
That's what I was getting ready to ask.
Took my easy wood sharp diamond point, and I cut that ring. I don't recommend that, but if you want to try it on your own, go ahead. It's probably not the safest thing to do, but if you're careful, I think you could get away with it. But you'd want to use a brand new cutter. Don't use one that you've used, and then don't use it again on wood. Obviously, you're gonna dull it severely because this isn't brass. This is actually steel. If you could find some real old ones that are brass, it would cut like butter. But I haven't seen any old brass rings for quite a while. Not saying they're not out there. Every now and then you get one on these old jars. So Billy was talking about using taller jars. If you're going to use taller jars.
No, I was talking about using a pint jar, but a wide mouth.
Right.
Which is the same as the standard mouth on the quart jars.
So my wife came up with the brilliant idea. She wanted to do one of these in a 2-quart jar. Well, a 2-quart jar is about 10, double the height of this one, right? I found myself some forceps to reach down in that jar and stick the glue the parts in. Those are about 14 inches long. They work good because you can't get your hand down in a smallmouth jar. And all your 2-quart jars aren't big mouth jars. They're all smallmouth like this one. So that's another thing to look for at the flea markets is people that are selling big, long forceps. They work good for a lot of stuff.
My wife corrected me. Pint jars use the same lid as the quart jar. You don't have to have a wide mouth.
Right. Yep, she is correct. Not that I would argue with her anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
what I was
about
getting
to.
ready to say. I'm not going to argue.
She's done more canning than I have.
I've done a lot of canning. A lot.
Well, I have with her and my grandmother, but I'm not going to count.
Whoops.
I'm just a gopher.
I wish. We used to have a 15-acre garden that was half tomatoes and half green beans. And everything got canned. We started canning in mid-July, and I don't think we ended until till it froze hard enough to kill everything. And in between the green beans,
Did you just say 15 acres?
15
That's
acres
what he
we
said.
farmed by hand.
Wide mouth.
So in between each
Yeah,
row,
okay. I believe
go ahead.
You didn't know what I was talking about.
Huh?
So in between each row, my grandfather got the brilliant idea to plant pickles, squash, and pumpkins. So you can imagine how many pumpkins, squash, and other things we had to can as well.
I don't consider 15 acres a garden.
No, I
Well,
don't.
that's what
7
That
acres.
is a farm. It's a farm.
no, that's a garden.
Yes,
Here, that's a garden.
small farm.
No way.
It's a small farm, but it's a farm.
Oh, we called those gardens here. If you didn't have a 10-acre garden, it wasn't considered a garden.
Oh my Lord.
Hey, look. I'm coming up to level up, and I'm coming to your house, and I want to see that garden.
Well, that's going to be a little hard to do
I want to
because
see that garden.
that's going to be a little hard to do because there's a house built on it right now.
I have all the time in my life to watch and see and be ready.
So now we're going to make the birdhouse. I'm going to do basically the same thing as I just did, but we're going to make a birdhouse.
When I first saw it, I thought it was a street lamp.
No, it's actually, well, it could be a street lamp if you wanted it to be. It wouldn't have to be a birdhouse. It can be whatever you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
And remember, when you're doing this, don't get all corny about sizes. The ones I have that don't look proportional, or I have made, seem to sell way faster than the ones that look proportional. That look like they're all meant to be together. People like eclectic things, I've found. So let's see, what do I want to use? Just something different. I guess I'll use this just for something different. So there's our base again for gluing in the snow. Leave them kind of big because you're going to cover them up anyways. It gives you more surface to take care of them. Hopefully Matt's still on here by the time I get done because I want to ask him some questions.
Like what?
So I've been hot gluing these in. They're fine for people who don't want to ship them anywhere. What would you recommend for gluing these into the bottom of that jar rather than hot glue? Something that's going to stick.
I use Quick and Thick. Type on Quick and Thick.
Let's stick
What's in the bottom of the jar?
Nothing. Just a glass jar. I'm sticking them to the glass.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I might use something like E6000.
That's what my wife said too.
Yeah, that's a great glue, and it's tolerable for a lot of different weather conditions. It stays flexible.
Right. The problem I'm having is when I ship them to, like I have a sister-in-law out east. If I ship them to her, sometimes the pieces come loose.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get them back anyways because the lovely shippers break the jars. The last two I shipped
E6000.
That's what I'm thinking.
Also, you might want to check stained glass supplies. They have a special glue to stick stuff to glass. But it's been so long since I did that stuff, I don't know what the name is anymore.
I never thought about that, Sue, but that's a great idea. So now I'm just making a birdhouse, trying to guess what I want for a lid. A little definition for the lid. I think we'll stop the roof about there. Take the birdhouse down a little bit more.
Shoe goo would work also, wouldn't it?
I think that's a lot like E6000, right?
It's very similar.
Similar.
What did Heather say?
She said, just ship a jar of water and tell them it melted.
That's not so funny. I did that once.
What did you say the problem with the hot melt was?
It comes loose. It doesn't stick, and when it goes from like my worm shop through the mail, through the cold air, like at Christmas time or in the fall of the year, it seems like it pops loose. Like the cold, because the glass moves at one rate, the wood moves at another rate, and pretty soon you got an issue.
Thank you.
That's the only thing I found with it.
Amazon sells a glass glue, and
Okay.
Loctite also has a glass glue.
Oh, really?
Thanks for looking that up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know something that would work. Liquid nails.
Yeah, that would probably work because that bonds just about everything.
Is
Right?
that clear? Is that clear?
You're not gonna see it, Matt, because you got the snow on the bottom of the jar, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
So you really don't have to worry about being able to see it per se, because you
Will
don't
the
see the hot.
silicone work?
I don't know.
They got the
I don't
stuff
know.
that for glass windows that you build and put in a house. That glue.
Right.
Construction adhesive would work. Polyurethane construction adhesive would work too.
And that's similar
It
to
stays
what.
semi-flexible.
Yeah, that's similar to what liquid nails is basically. I
Right.
think. I don't think it's exactly the same, but I think it's similar.
Yeah. Glass supply stores also sell that E6000 as a glass glue. They've got an
Oh,
industrial all-weather adhesive. It's clear. It's supposed to bond to glass really well.
Oh,
Thick.
I see. See how great this group is? You ask a simple question, you get 10 different answers for the same question.
It's like asking what the best finish is.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Right. Yeah.
So same purpose on this birdhouse or lighthouse too, actually. If you want to do a lighthouse,
yeah.
you don't have to go nuts sanding it because you want the snow to stick to it.
Lamppost.
Yep, whatever. So now I just colored this again. I'll just show you some different markers you can color with. Find the one I want. So Sharpie came out with these new markers. They're pretty nice, and they're pastel colors. So they're a little different. I like them just because they're a different color, and they have a hard tip. They're actually made to use on wood.
Oh, wow.
Would it be easier to have the lave on while you color it?
No, Not this particular part. You could, but I just do it this way.
Oh, okay. I know anytime I use a Sharpie and it's, especially with tops, I always, use the Sharpie one time and then throw it away because the tip's destroyed.
Right.
Of
And
course,
Right.
you can sharpen
What?
them and you can only push the tip, the filament out so far and sharpen it so many times.
yep.
That's why I don't use my Sharpies with the lathe runner.
So this
Right?
Sharpie is called a creative
I'm
marker,
hard-headed.
and they come in different kinds of tips. So that
You
one was a regular Sharpie tip.
you can use them on a lathe. It's just you don't use a tip, you use the side of it.
Right. Yep. And I can show you. The only thing I don't like is they don't come with a brown.
And not if they're
This
pastels.
this is what they are. Turn it around so it's the right way. This one's a fine tip. And they also make a brush tip, which is what this one is. And this is a brush tip. And I'll do this for the post. This one you don't want to do it with the lathe spinning because you'll wreck it. But this one
Okay.
is what's really nice about this brush tipped one. And I'm going to try to be real careful about it. You can get into corners with it. It's almost like using a paintbrush.
Oh.
So if I switch cameras, your mouse, camera, and I'm going to go where I can see the TV better. I'll switch cameras for you so you can see the end.
Things that I needed to do black on, I used to use a Sharpie, but now I just use black alcohol-based dye.
Right. Yep. But you can see on fine detail. I don't know how good you can see that.
Yeah, looks great.
It didn't get on. It didn't get on
Raise
the
it up a
base of the
little bit.
birdhouse.
Nope, can't see it at all.
Raise it up a little bit.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Yeah.
It didn't get on the base of the birdhouse, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it stayed off the edge. Nice.
Stayed up off the edge. I don't know why this got so
Great.
blurry. There
No,
we
you're
go.
fine. Looks good.
Oh, maybe if I take off my glasses, there we go. That helps. But you can see that it doesn't get up on the
Right.
edge, and you can see
Yeah.
here where I got a little bit of a white spot. It's like
Now we
using a
see your hand.
paintbrush. Now,
Oh, okay.
now I got rid of that little. There was a little bare spot, but I didn't get it up on the base of that birdhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I just will drill a hole in there wherever you guys want it, or not, and then I just take that same black marker and I'll color it black, and then I'll just go take another bamboo skewer and make the perch if you want a perch. I like Billy's idea
Oh,
of
okay.
making a lamppost. That would be cool too. But that's the
Right.
basics of that. And then how much time we got, Dane?
Oh, you got plenty. You got 40 minutes if you need it. 45.
Well, you want to see me try to butcher
Do a tree?
tree?
I
Scott,
see.
Scott,
Yeah.
I
Scott,
say
Yeah, go ahead and
20.
do.
I say 25
Scott,
minutes.
Scott,
Yeah,
you have
do a
all
tree.
night.
Yeah. What time do you
You
think
have
it
all
is,
night.
Dane?
Yeah, really. My watch says
Oh,
25 minutes.
I know what time it is. I'm just saying how much time he's got.
Oh, okay.
As much as I want, apparently.
Right?
Apparently.
Hey, Billy, I do have to ask you while he's taking a moment to redo the lathe.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the retired Flash?
Mm,
Look at your shirt.
I guess so.
I love it.
Oh, let's see.
We all want to see a Christmas tree, right? go along with the rest of it.
Yeah, you just want to see me butcher a Christmas tree because I'm terrible at Christmas trees.
I'm remember
Any
I'm
butchered,
lazy.
any
I'm
Christmas tree
lazy.
that gets
I
butchered
like
is because
his
it got hit.
5-cent bottle brush trees you can get.
Well, that's true.
And they come in huge varieties, different colors,
Yeah.
different shapes.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Whatever you want to, however
Different
nuts you want
sizes,
to, different sizes.
and they're dirt cheap.
Yes. And if you wait till after Christmas, you can get them at Walmart for like a quarter
Yep.
or less. Right now they're kind of expensive. I think they were 87 cents for the big ones, or 97 cents. My wife was in there scoping it out. She makes dioramas, and we don't buy Christmas presents in our family. First of all, she's got 10 brothers and sisters. We go broke. So we make everything for all our family. All our family gets homemade Christmas presents.
Family appreciates them a lot better, you know?
Absolutely. So this year, my brother-in-law, that piece of cedar that I did earlier, that was a cedar tree that was next to his 180-year-old farmhouse.
Yeah.
So he's getting a cedar bowl, 14-inch cedar bowl for his Christmas present.
Wow. He'll love that.
He kind of complained last year when I gave one to his sister that came out of the walnut tree in her yard, and he kind of says, well, how come I gave you all that wood and didn't get one of those? So now he's going to get one, whether he wants it or not. We're just going to come back to this again, stand out of the way. Hey, wow, this one's pretty round too.
Hey, sweetie.
Must have cut that one straight.
No, the actual handle was straight, surprisingly. You can make beads with these too. I don't know if you can see that. Go back and switch to the other camera here in a minute. The overhead one is better. It's really nice. Zoom separates these cameras. They don't put them back to back. They put the laptop camera in the middle, so you can figure out which camera you have if you have two of the same.
I just put a link of 56 bottle brush trees, 3 different colors, probably 4 different sizes for $12.99. That's 23 cents a piece.
Yeah, you can't make them for that, right?
No, not at all. And they don't look bad.
No, if you spend the time looking at them, they look just as good. And if you turn your lamppost or your snowman, or I have a friend that does cut out deer from a scroll saw. He's crazy. He'll give me those. Sometimes I'll trade him snowmen for those. Those look good in there too. My wife even goes around and finds little miniature cars and miniature people. If you want to put some human figures in there that you don't want to make, they look good too.
Yeah, and these already have, it looks like there's been snowed on.
Yep. So I found that this Easy Wood tool, you don't go nuts with it. actually makes pretty nice Christmas trees.
True, Dane. Crane said you could even use logo people. Lego
Lego.
Lego people.
Lego. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can probably buy those for pennies as well.
Oh, I'm
Right.
sure you could probably buy them right at at somebody's garage sale for, a handful of
Yeah.
them for a quarter.
Yeah, but you'd have some poor kid with a Lego car with no Lego men in it.
Take his car. Take his car too.
Wasn't quite ready to cut that off, but it works. There's your Christmas tree.
Right.
And
Looks
you
good.
get 50 random minifigures for $26.80.
And Christmas trees, they don't sand at all. Because have you ever seen a pine tree that was smooth? I just leave them
No.
all gnarly edge, kind of like Joaquin does. If the edges are chipped, they're chipped,
Yeah,
And
that's the way
Right.
I leave mine.
And I'll just take a dye marker and paint it green or a Sharpie or whatever.
Yep, that's what I do with mine.
So in 5 minutes, you can have a tree. And this one's actually pretty proportional. I did pretty good on this one.
Yeah,
But I
you
made
nailed
that
one.
But I found I use this tool, which is an Easy Wood detail tool. It's got the rounded nose rather than the pointy one. And what I like about it is you can undercut the boughs.
I undercut my boughs with a skew.
But if you look at it, that's a quick and easy way. It's just about the right angle for pine boughs.
So is a skew.
Yeah, but I don't get catches with this. With a skew, you can get a catch and wreck that tree. I don't get catches with this tool. Here's one I started earlier today.
Yeah.
And this is a piece of staghorn sumac.
Nice.
I will turn it around and finish it, but staghorn sumac is super soft, and that's where the pith was. And I just got too close to the pith and it chopped it off.
That has a smell. That has a smell like crazy.
Has no smell.
You're
Staghorn
kidding me.
Sumac has no
You're
smell.
kidding me. We have sumac here. I'll turn it for just maybe 15 seconds, and there's no way that I will smell that.
This has no smell, but this has probably been in my shop for 15 years, maybe. It's dry.
I mean, what I'm talking about isn't that, but I'll tell you what. It's a horrible smell that we have here, or what I have experienced, and I'll put it at that.
That little 1/4 inch skew would be really good for going up in there too.
Yep, that would work good too. And actually, I'm gonna make a 1/4 inch round bar skew as soon as I get some 1/4 inch round bar. You want something, Al, that stinks? I was gonna make a lid out of this until I started turning it today, and I forgot how bad it stinks.
Zebrano.
No, this is catalpa.
It's not zebra wood.
Nope, it's catalpa.
It's what?
Catalpa.
Catalpa don't.
So what is it? Where is it from?
I've never had catalpa stink.
Oh, this catalpa that I got here, this stuff reeks. I'd rather stick my head in a manure pile than to smell this stuff.
Didn't you send me a piece of catalpa?
No, I sent you a piece. Yeah, I did send you a piece of catalpa.
You did. It didn't stink at all.
Really? This piece smells horrid.
Wow.
It smells like it's been laying in a barnyard, and it came out of the same tree I sent you your stuff from.
Well, mine didn't smell at all. Zebra wood smells like urine. Seriously.
This smells like a bad, rotten manure pile that's been out for years and years.
Wow.
And I don't know if it's
zebra's
just
got a stench to it.
So I don't know. That piece stinks. So basically, getting back to my demo, I'm basically got all the parts turned. So when you're all done, you just glue these in the bottom with some
We
kind of
can't see.
adhesive.
Hold your jar down.
You just
There you
glue
go.
these in the bottom with some kind of adhesive, whatever you like. I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way, and I'll show you another little trick my wife taught me. And every person that's ever canned has one of these. And I never thought about using it till she showed me. So when you get this fake snow, this is the stuff we use, but you can get it from Hobby Lobby or wherever. But this stuff is like, it's almost like powdered sugar in consistency.
Mhm.
Comes in a big bag like this. Well,
Yep.
it sticks to everything. And if you want to put this in this jar so it don't stick to everything,
Use a cannon funnel.
Yep.
you got it, Billy. Get yourself one of these fancy funnels. Sits right in the top of the jar. Now you can pour it in there and you ain't got it all over. And it attracts to the plastic. It'll attract to that plastic.
Ours are all aluminum.
This one I found at the dollar store. It's plastic.
Oh,
And
wow.
if you rub it on your clothes before you start, the stuff that's in the air will suck right into the plastic and it'll stay there. The static will pull it into that plastic.
Wow.
Works
Charge it
wonderful.
by rubbing on your clothes.
Cool.
Yep. Just another cool. I'm sure the metal ones would charge up too. I would bet, but plastic works good. So that's my demo for tonight. I know it wasn't all finished pieces, but I'll show you the finished pieces next week.
That was a good demo, though, Scott.
I
Very,
just thought it
very entertaining and
Very good
knowledgeable.
demo.
Yeah, we'll hold you to it.
I got to get it done because I got to ship it.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Scott, the whole evening was very enjoyable. It was very
Good.
enjoyable.
I'm glad
It
you
was.
liked it, Al.
I'm telling you, it really was.
You know, it wasn't finished pieces, but you got the general idea because you're not going to make them the same as I do anyway.
Right,
Heat them up.
right.
So I had to put it in a glass to heat them up. So
Oh.
if you want to just
So-
put them back in,
But you
hopefully
can-
it's
you
not
can make
enough.
the top
Yeah.
out of anything you
They're
want,
pretty
right?
thick ones, though.
Thank
Any
you.
scrap pieces you got laying around, and that's what I used was just pieces that I had laying around that weren't big enough to do anything else with.
No, and look what you did.
No, it's good. You know, I missed the first part of the demo, but the last two bits that I saw, you know, it shows what you can do and use your imagination for making the little scene inside your jar that you want to put the items in. So it's, you know, it's
Right.
sky's the limit, and it's all up to the imagination of the mind and the turners. So outstanding demo.
I'm gonna
You know,
show
and
you
like
one
Billy
more
was
thing.
saying, you know, lighthouse, you know, that's a great concept, or a light pole, you know, like a street pole.
Yep.